Town Council approves a medical marijuana overlay district. We have details on the vote, and new parking meters will soon make it easier for residents and visitors to pay for parking at Bismore Park. These stories and more on this episode of Barnstable Today. It's Friday, February 7th, 2014. I'm Sarah Mantle. Barnstable Town Council says yes to an amended medical marijuana zoning district following a public hearing held in conjunction with the planning board at last night's town council meeting. Director of Growth Management Joanne Miller-Buntich talked about the final proposal before the vote.
The law for the humanitarian medical use of marijuana was adopted by Massachusetts voters in November 2012. By point of information, it was a 60% margin statewide, 67% in the town of Barnstable to adopt. The measure became law on January 1st, 2013, Chapter 369 of the Acts of 2012. In May 2013, Massachusetts Department of Public Health promulgated regulations set forth in 105, Code of Massachusetts Regulation 725, by which DPH will approve, register, and control the establishment of up to 35 registered marijuana dispensaries statewide in the first year, with at least one but no more than 5 RMDs in each county. Local regulatory oversight, which is what we're here discussing this evening, is allowed by the regulations, provided it does not conflict with state regulations. This zoning proposal includes regulations that will work in concert with the state regulations, while focusing on land use planning issues such as district character, compatibility among adjacent uses, transportation, parking, and urban design. This draft zoning ordinance and zoning map amendment set out an overlay district. So it's zoning that you can do in addition to everything else you might be able to do on that parcel of land. And where registered marijuana dispensary use may be located in Hyannis. And the two that were advertised with this public hearing are shown on this map here. I brought my laser pointer, but I probably don't need it, in this lovely purple polka dotted fashion. So this area here, Independence Drive, I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank there, and this is Airport Road. So it goes up, extends along up that way. And this area here is on I&O Road, or Route 28. This is Yarmouth Road, and that's the Yarmouth Town Line. And they're both boundary-related districts, so instead of being sort of so many feet from a center line, they travel around parcel boundaries. So because the RMDs will be limited in number, it's important to plan for them as regional service providers rather than just another retail establishment. These proposed locations provide access to both regional roadways and public transportation with the least impact on residential neighborhoods and incompatible land uses. The proposed special permit process will supplement state requirements while avoiding conflicts with those state regulations and ensuring compatibility with the town's overall planning and zoning goals. In this draft, the medical marijuana uses are subject to a 1,000-foot setback from sensitive receptors, such as religious institutions, places of religious assembly, schools, daycare centers, preschools, or after-school facilities, or any facility in which children commonly congregate.
After much discussion, Councilor Ann Kennedy urged the council to approve a medical marijuana overlay district.
I think the original direction that the growth management was taking and the area that they picked, even though it's in my precinct and I don't like it, is the best place to put it. I mean, with all due respect to Mr. Munsell, I agree with you, it stinks. However, the reality is the law has passed. We have to zone. We have to zone to protect ourselves, because if we do not zone, these things can go anywhere. They'll be considered retail and they can go anywhere. So we have to, make a little pact with the devil here and find the best place for it. This is isolated yet secure. It's not near residential areas. It's not near schools. It's not going to be a place that our tourists are going to be driving by. It's ideal.
Councilors ultimately voted 10-3 in favor of the pared down medical marijuana overlay district near Independence Drive. Councilors opted to eliminate the district proposed along Route 28 near Yarmouth Road. Town Council votes to spend $94,000 to replace the parking meters at Bismore Park. Richard Scally, Interim Director of Regulatory Services, described the project before the vote.
We're looking to upgrade and replace the old models that are there now at Ocean Street for up to 5 brand new state-of-the-art multi-space meters with the capability of doing many more things than they do now, smart cards, contactless payment options, accepting coins and bills as well. The system must have the capability to be managed and monitored remotely and be capable of operating in a pay-by-space environment. So the decision to convert from a pay and display multi-space system to a pay-by-space multi-space format was based on a number of things. One, the pay-by-space system will eliminate the need for customers to return to their vehicle and to display a receipt on their dashboard as they currently do now. They will now be able to simply pay, park, and go. The particularly important part of this for customers who are running late for a dinner reservation or to catch an excursion for the ferry, that's particularly important. This also means that the parking enforcement staff will be less likely to issue a violation to a customer who is in transit to pay or from paying to display the proof of payment in their vehicle. Secondly, a pay-by-space system will provide customers a receipt that they can carry around with them, and there will not be a question as to how much time they have by leaving it in their vehicle. The pay-by-space system will provide customers with the ability to pay for or add time to their meter from any other pay station in the Barnstable system. Since those who have already paid have their receipt that shows the lot number and space number they parked in, they'll be able to go to any station and simply enter the information to add time. Other important goals to be obtaining these new parking revenue equipment include increased payment options, a multilingual display in multiple languages, being able to advertise and message display promotional information, business district promotions, special event information on the digital color display of each machine. The green and clean ability to provide 100% solar-powered units as well as hardwire option is available for the machines. The meter communication systems will have the ability to inform customers when certain payment systems are down, when payment systems are still, and what payment systems are still being accepted. And will also go to another nearby unit to pay. A remote monitoring system will also provide home office notice of distressed meters, remote rate changing ability in addition to providing real-time utilization and related data, which we don't have now at this time. It also will improve revenue, reduce operational costs, increase revenue through payment options, and reduce the cash coin collection costs as well. And it will give us the flexibility to change back to pay and display if we desire to do that in the future. So the appropriation requested is as listed in your request. It's for up to 5 multi-space parking pay stations at approximately $18,000 apiece. That's probably on the high side, of course, in terms of what the bid would be, for a total of $90,000. Requesting also a digital patrol smartphone connection. That would be about $300 a year for the system. Providing an emergency management system, an EMS system, which would be about $3,000 a year for alerts on these machines. Service and parts contract would be approximately $7,500 after the first year. The first year warranty is included, obviously, in the payment. And we're also proposing awnings for the pay station so that they'll be cleaner and more aesthetically pleasing. These awnings should cost for approximately $375 a piece for a total of $1,875 for those awnings. And then there'll be some improvements to the area, including removing the rusted meter posts that are down there right now, striping the lot and numbering the lot spaces as well will take place as part of the appropriation. Right now, the gross revenue for the parking receipts for these meters now bring in approximately $222,000 a year. And there is an excess balance in the account now of $218,000, which is primarily for use of these improvements that go to Bismore Park.
The council ultimately voted 12-1 in favor of the new meters. For Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Mannel.